Okay, hey YouTube. It has been quite a while since I made a video here. I think it's been well over a month. Since then, I think probably it was sometime around my 6-month checkup with Dr. McGinn. Um, Everything was fine. And then I went on vacation for a little bit less than 2 weeks. And now I'm in the middle of changing jobs within my same company. So actually moving around in there, getting some new experience, things like that. So it's been a pretty busy time for me offline, um, where I disconnected, kind of took a vacation to the other side of the world, went to Hong Kong and Bali. Um, kind of got almost as far away from Texas as you can, I think. Um, and then just came back and getting ready to start this new job and try some new things, acquire some new skills, move on, whatever. And what I wanted to talk about for this video, at the title, Dilation Vacation, is not necessarily about the fact that, I had to travel around the world with my dilators, hoping that security doesn't ask any awkward questions about them. They have been wiped down for explosive materials before. I guess they are somehow not quite 100% solid plastic, which I thought they were. There must be a little bit of air in them or something like that, because TSA has flagged them a couple of times going through the security. Not every time, which leads me to believe if some TSA people are maybe deliberately, saying, is that a dildo? I don't know. I bet you $5 it is. Go check her bag and see. Maybe that's going on with some, agents or whatever. I'm not going to speculate, but needless to say, going through international security, not once did those ever present an issue, but having flown, I don't know, a half dozen times in the United States, they have presented an issue, particularly in the DFW airport. Not so much New York didn't seem to care, and some other places I've flown haven't, but it's kind of hit or miss. It's not to say that DFW every time does it, but anyway, the point is that this isn't about dilating on vacation, traveling with dilators, although dilating on vacation can be pretty tricky. It means that you better stay in a hotel that has plenty of towels, and just kind of dilating once in the morning and then dilating once before bed seemed to work out reasonably well when traveling, but again, not necessarily the point of the Dilation Vacation title. You're probably at this point wondering what is the point, and sort of as I drain down towards it, after my 6-month checkup with Dr. McGinn, it turns out that I only need to dilate maybe once, twice a day. Getting once a day in for the most part over the past couple of weeks. It's not a problem at all, because then that means that you can wake up and do it in the morning, or maybe do it in the afternoon when you come home from work, or in the evening before bed. It gives you some options there. You could obviously do it twice, which is kind of what I aim for, but I've been a little bit lazy. And obviously the lower frequency means that it can be a little bit more difficult. It can get a little bit tighter in between sessions. There was even one instance where I skipped a full day of dilation and kind of dilated 36 hours apart, which I think was probably one of my longer breaks. Not particularly pleasant, but what I have found is that when I do it once a day, I increase the duration a little bit, and that seems to help. As does switching to a more viscous, to bring out those chemistry or physics terms, whichever one it is, lubricant. So rather than using the mineral oil, which is a little bit stickier, I guess, using KY liquid lube, which tends to be a little bit easier in and out. But all this is to say is that there is really no vacation ever from dilation itself. The act of dilating is something that I will have to do in one way or another for the rest of my life. And it's not something that, so between months 6 and 12, Dr. McGinn recommends once a day. And then after your 12-month mark, you can kind of drop down to, once or twice a week. And that's with the hard plastic dilators. That's not, counting for the fact that if you are having penetrative sex, that can actually replace or supplement dilation. Basically, either sticking a penis in there or sticking a strap-on or whatever up there can sort of serve the same purpose as dilating itself. And I'm a little bit sick and stuffed up if you can't tell. But, a lot of people have asked kind of, how long do you have to do this? How often do you have to do this? It sounds like such a chore. And I know a lot of girls who've had surgery lately who kind of end up in those kind of dilation doldrums or whatever, where, especially if you go see Dr. McGinn, where she wants you doing it 5 times a day for the first 6 weeks and then dropping down, it's a lot. It takes a lot out of you. It's something that you have to travel with it. You have to plan for it. You have to bring all those supplies with you. You have to deal with some of those awkward things. You have to make time for it. You have to make trade-offs with it. And you basically have to keep that in mind when you're getting ready to have surgery, is that this is something that you're going to have to do one way or the other for the rest of your life. Or you can potentially give up on it and deal with the effects of that, which can include basically losing a lot of depth, losing a lot of what is the word there? I don't want to say flexibility because that's not like, but basically the elasticity will go away as that scar tissue forms. And so it is something that you never get to actually take a vacation from.